There's an amazing array of techniques to target all types of estuary fish. Soft plastics and hard body minnows are some of the favourites used by many anglers, but there's another little metal weapon that you should have in your tackle box, and that's a choice of blades. What do you got, mate?
I don't know, but he just picked that up off the bottom and decided he wanted it.
I like that sound.
It's great, isn't it?
It is.
I'll just back the drag off because we've only got really light drag, and if it's old Wendell Sailor, aka Taylor, we want to have a really light drag on that.
Yeah, it's moving a bit sideways.
It is, isn't it?
I might even have to get the net, eh?
I think you will.
Oh, dear. Nice afternoon, mate. It's great to be out here.
Happy days.
Happy days. Looks like a nice fish anyway, mate. So, fighting fish, it's all about having soft hands, and I've said it before on the show. You watch Greg as that fish bumps and pulls, you watch he's got soft hands, so he actually lunges with the fish. Worst thing you can do is if that fish lunges and you pull back at the same time, something's going to give. And we're only using really, really light leader, 4-pound leader.
4-pound leader, yeah.
Working these blades, and just take your time. It's not a rush.
It's not. Ooh, I just felt a hook actually pull then. There we go. It's a nice bream, Guesty.
Nice one, mate. Let's get the net underneath that. Mate, and this is the time when you can easily lose the fish, isn't it? We've seen what it is. It's a really big bream. It's a quality fish. But yeah, it's a matter of just taking your time, and generally, we'll be pretty safe. And I reckon we're pretty right, mate. Well done, champion.
Thank you very much.
That's the go. So we're fishing blades today, chasing some beautiful yellowfin bream, and that's a good start.
Not a bad way to open the account. And I actually felt those top hooks actually pull out, and with the blade sometimes you can feel the hooks coming out of the mouth, so that's why I wasn't sure, but you can see the bottom hook's actually well and truly in there.
Oh. Hey, look at this, Rudy. Straight out. So what you're saying, halfway through the fight, you said you could feel that top hook pull, and what happens, isn't it?
Sometimes you can.
You might be hooked there, and all of a sudden, and that's a great thing with polyethylene or braided line, there's no stretch, you feel everything. Absolutely everything.
Yep.
And took your time, and that's a great fish, a real quality bream. That resembles a small bait fish, so I guess that's what we're trying to do, isn't it? So we're trying to achieve, it's those little vibrations when you lift it up through the water. So this fella, he's swimming along the bottom, he's looking for a free feed, and that's what he's looking for, isn't it? It's a small bait fish, it's a shrimp, it's anything he can really get fit in his mouth. And if we look at it, they've got a pretty decent mouth, those big bream. That's easily going to fit in there, isn't it? Yeah, they love the paws, whether you're fishing for them on surface or with soft plastics, no matter what you're doing. But today, it's all about these things. It's about catching bream on metals. We've got a bit of scent floating around, so it doesn't hurt to add a bit of that. And there's different scents you can buy. This stuff works really well. And you can always just paint a little bit on. Doesn't hurt, does it?
I use scent on just about every lure.
Hard bodies, I'm a bit of a fan of it too.
Absolutely. Lather it up, mate. Lather it up.
And lure fishing's about having confidence in what you do, and if it gives you a bit of confidence, well, why not?
Fishy. Oh, he's dropped it again.
No worries. I'm not crushed up.
Bloody jaguar eyes. Oh, that looks a bit British.
Mate, look at that sky.
Ah, how good is this?
So this is, and I know for you, you're out here guiding all the time on the basin, but it's this time of day and the sunrise is just such a magnificent time to be in the water. The water's nearly orange looking at that there now. It's not bad fish, Greg, eh?
Yeah, I want to see. I want to see colour, but hurry slowly.
Hurry slowly. That's what we say in television, mate. Hurry and wait.
Yeah.
Now, Rudy, we are fishing for bream, but I'm starting to think that it's fighting a little bit differently. It could be a flathead, or what do you think, a trevally?
Yeah, those rod tips could be a trevally. It's very stubborn.
Look, that's part of blade fishing, isn't it? Like fishing with blades, you just don't know what you're going to get. So far, we've got tailline bream, flathead, and we just want to see what this is. As far as tackle goes, anywhere from that 1 to 3, even 1 to 4 kilo rods, nice long spin rods, little 1,000 to 2,500 size spin reels, some 4-pound braid, 3 to 5-pound braid, similar tackle that you use for using soft plastics for bream fishing, and that's all you need to use. You don't have to go out and buy a brand new outfit. And then we've got a nice long length of 4-pound leader, so it's all very light. So even though these aren't, they're not big fish, but it's just great sport fishing, and certainly.
Oh, that's a Trevor.
Nice little silver trevally.
That would be a nice bit of bycatch, Mr. Guest.
great fish. Used to be in huge numbers up and down the coast. There's mullet jumping in the background. And I've actually caught them up around 10, 11, 12 kilos and even bigger. Lord Howe Island's one of those places where you do get massive big ones, and wow, they just...
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not Lord Howe Island.
Go like a train.
Yeah.
No, exactly, but it just shows you how big they can grow. But for us on this light tackle 4-pound leader, wow, just great sport. And mate, throwing blades around.
The buzz is still the same though, the stoke's still the same, whether you've got a 15 kilo fish or a small fish on 3 pound, it's that hit of adrenaline when that fish takes off, that's still the same.
Exactly, and it's all about the tackle. If you're fishing for great big ones, you're going to fish so much heavier. But blading in estuaries, there's so many different fish. We touched on a few. Whiting's another one that you'll pick up.
Everything eats them.
Yeah, even snapper, you get snapper on them, so great fun. Thanks, champion, that was a good fight. Good on you, mate. There you go, Greg.
And that'd be dinner, Michael.
That would be a nice size flathead if you get anyone. But look, throwing blades around in the estuary for all sorts of species is really, really good fun. As you said, light tackle, plenty of action, and there's a variety of colours as we showed you before. Colours, patterns, different ways you can work them, but they do work really, really well.
They do.
Mate, they work.
They're an essential part of your kit.
They are definitely essential parts. So get yourself some blades and get going.
Roman has been the trusted name in quality outdoor gear for over 50 years. The best equipment to tackle the toughest conditions, everything from sleeping bags, swags, tents, furniture, and all your camping accessories. At Roman Camping, we're born to explore, so call into your local Roman dealer or shop online at michaelguestfishing.com.au and have your camping gear delivered to your front door. Roman Camping, born to explore, get out there.
If you'd love to catch huge big meter barra like this, then get on the website michaelguestfishing.com.au. Thanks to the Alfabs Group, Staten River Lodge, you and your mate could win a trip for 5 days. You'll have to put up with me and do a bit of fishing, but I'm sure we'll have a great time.
I'm heading out with my mate Barney on a day where it pays to be prepared. I'm pretty sure that's going to include a raincoat.
About to head out for a big day on the water, mate. You've got to put the sunscreen on. I know you can be excited, you want to get out there fishing, but if you forget it, you're certainly going to pay, and we'll probably put it on 2 or 3 times a day. Be sun smart. I know we love our fishing, and certainly wearing caps. Broadbrim hats are also a really good idea, and I've got the cap on today, so you've got to make sure you put this gear on.
As the weather moves in, we concentrate on catching a few liveys.
Well, there we go. I think that's enough bait. Time to take these fellas just a little bit further up the road. Nice patch of reef that I know. Get them out. We'll put the outriggers out, get them out swimming around, and see what we can attract.
The first baits are out, the engine's just in gear, and now it's a waiting game.
The weather's a bit ordinary, there's storms moving around, and so that live slimy mackerel go off out the back. I don't think it's quite what we're looking for a spotted mackerel or even a Spanish mackerel, but I think this feels a bit like a tuna, this one, but you never know. Didn't really have that screaming run, that explosive speed that you're used to for the mackerel. It's staying down fairly deep. So I'm thinking maybe a tuna or a small shark. There we go. Great little reel, these ones for trolling, a nice soft outfit, and there it is. I thought it might be. These mac tuna. He's come and decided to have a bit of a look at my slimy mackerel there. He's got himself wrapped up. All sorts of trouble there, actually, this mac tuna. Sort of got himself hog-tied around. I don't know how he's managed to do that, but somehow or another, my bait's mixed up in all that. Oh, there we go. Beautiful little mac tuna, not what I'm looking for. Bit of a bait stealer really, but anyway, we'll get him back in the water.
Slow trolling is not cutting it today. We need to try something different.
Oh, we got him! So it's great fun throwing stick baits or poppers around little washy areas like this. The little rat kingfishers come up and eating it. We're actually trialling some live baits around at the moment.
There you go, mate.
Yeah, good. Just keeping myself entertained on the way around. It's that visual, that take, that's what we're looking for. Seeing that stick bait just get exploded there. It's always good fun. Oh, it's a big tailer, isn't it?
Holy do.
No, yeah. Oh. Wow, look at that.
Oh, mate. Oh. That's a good tailer, that.
That's a cracking tailer. Look at the size of that. Wow, that is a thumper. That's one mean fish. Talk about big greenbacks. That's a big greyback. That one, he's a big old fish. He'd be up around 3 kilos. It's a very, very big tailer. Maybe just pop that popper out of his mouth there. That is a very big tailer. If you're a tailer fishing, you'd be pretty happy to see that one. He's probably up around that 70 centimetre mark. That's a solid fish, there's no doubt about that. Beautiful one, and look, all of these, any rocky outcrops when you're out in the ocean, it always pays to have a stick bait or a popper handy. Tuna, dolphin fish, mahi-mahi, better name for them, I guess. Kingfish, mackerel, wahoo, they all love a fast-moving surface lure, just like this bloke here.
You can have the best laid plans, but as we all know, the fish won't always cooperate. You need to be prepared to change it up a little. For all your tackle and camping needs, we've got you covered at Michael Guest Fishing. Everything you see on the show is available online. Loads of tips on your favourite fish, great prices, weekly specials, and it's all delivered to your door. michaelguestfishing.com.au.
Just getting set up for a bit of cod fishing. And river's down behind me here, beautiful day, nice even pressure, so the barometer's fairly high, good stable conditions, and hopefully the Murray cod are biting. Spinnerbaits are going to be one of the best ways to catch them. These things here, fantastic invention. They're a strange looking thing when you see them in the water. Got these two big blades. Well, there's different types you can get. These ones have got what we call Colorado blades, so they've got these rounded type blades. You can also get them with what we call willow blades, which are a longer, thinner blade, and they move faster through the water. But for Murray cod, it's all about lots of action and not a lot of movement. So we're going to put some spinnerbaits on, head down here, find our way down through some rocky country, and throw them around the snags, and hopefully with a bit of success. Mate, it's better late than never. How are you, champion?
Not too bad, thank you. A bit cool.
Yeah, oh, a bit cool. I see you got your cool weather gear on, mate. That's the go.
That's the way. Yep, nice and cold, eh?
Righto, let's go, eh? Looking all right, but it had such a big flood this year, wasn't it? So.
Before my spinnerbait even hits the water, Kev's got him on.
Oh, nice little fish, look at that. Beautiful. Tell him get out of the way. Get in there. The dog's even excited. Wow, look at that. Woo-hoo. Mate, that's not a bad start, is it? First cast.
Yeah, good one.
Murray cod, they're such a beautiful fish. Careful, let you go. There you go, mate. There you go. Woo. All right. Yep, got him. Oh, got him, Kev.
Have you? Way to go. A good one too, well done.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad, mate. Oh. If I can teach this dog to use the lip grips, I'll be right, eh? Oh, nice little fish, look at that. Beautiful. That's really important to support these fish. I know I've got the lip grip on there. To really support that weight of the fish. They're such a heavy built fish. If you have a look at that cod back through there, how thick set are they? They're so robust. Look at that big powerful tail, and that first bite is really something else. Oh, straight back to wherever he came from. And Murray cod, they love the structure. I cast up along the bank this time, and there'll be logs and rocks and all sorts of little places for them to hang out. And that's the great thing with spinnerbaits. They're almost snag proof. With that Y section there, those hooks facing up. So as I'll give you these lip grips, as they move along through the water, those blades sit up like that, the hooks are staying upright and they'll crash into a bit of timber, and you can wind them up and over the timber and flutter them down. And once again, it's all about lots of action for Murray cod, slow speed. Just when you think you're winding slowly enough, then slow it down a bit further. It's important when you're chasing cod on spinnerbaits, not just to have one cast and leave. Sometimes it takes a little while to wake them up. And one of the great sayings is that first frost every year is a really good time to chase cod, when that water temperature starts to drop. I guess the oxygen's a little bit higher in the water, and they do like those cooler temperatures. Walking along the bank and just putting one cast there is not going to work. If you find a likely spot, a good snag, a good rock shelf, make sure you put a few casts in.
There's some cracking spots on the other bank, so it's time to head across.
Well, it pays to be prepared when you're walking the banks. Good sturdy pair of boots, long pants, because there's stinging nettles and burrs and all sorts of things, but also there's a lot of snakes even this time of year. There's browns, tiger snakes, all sorts of scary things creeping around here. If you stand on one, you certainly don't want to get bitten. As far as other bits and pieces go, a pair of pliers, a pair of lip grips, just in my pocket here, and I've got a backpack on the back, and the backpack's great. You can put something to eat. Also, you can take some fresh water with you. This water's not too bad at the moment. If you get it where it's flowing there, it's certainly fine to drink. But if you've got all your gear with you, then you're pretty sorted. A camera, get a picture of that trophy cod and let it go, and you're in for a great day.
Sounds like Kev's solid on a better cod.
Better fix this one.
Oh, nice, nice. Look at that colours on him. He's solid. Hey, he'd be up around that 8, 9 pound. He's a nice one. Well done, buddy. Get down in amongst the rocks here with him. I've got my grips here. Well done. Woohoo! And he's pretty thick set that way. Oh, well done, Kev. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice one. Hey, that's a nice, solid fish. Look how thick set he is. Hey,
Good fish.
he's
Good
a
one,
nice
that
one,
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
That's a
Took
beautiful.
a while, but we got a decent one.
He's a nice one. Yeah, we've been getting those. But look, it's not always about catching monster fish, as we know. Look, at the end of the day, Murray cod can grow up to 200 pound, 100 pound in the main part of the Murray system. In these little rivers and creeks here, now I think we've caught them double this size, haven't we? Up around that 20 pound. You will get the occasional 40 pounder, but it doesn't matter. It's just the water's beautiful. The fish are even better looking again. They make you and I look pretty ordinary, don't they? These fish, eh?
Right, yeah. Pretty rough this side.
Yeah, but once again, spinnerbaits in this rocky conditions, make sure you're close to the bottom. And if you bump into something, that's a good thing, because you can be knocking on his door, he's going to come fly out and grab it.
Away you go, mate.
All right, well, that's not a bad session. Catching Murray cod, beautiful Murray cod on spinnerbaits with my mate Kev. He's still casting up in front of me there. He's pretty keen. That'll probably do us for this session. We'll take a break and back with more real action shortly. beautiful part of the beach here. I'm going to try and catch a few beach worms, hang around till just after dark, and maybe, you never know, might get a big tail or a mulloway, but if we can get a few worms, try for a bream and a whiting. Old mate Barney's pretty good at catching those beach worms, and they are pretty tough to catch. So a 2-piece beach rod like this one, 4,000 size spin reel, and I know quite often you watch always using braid or polyethylene line, but I like the old nylon line on the beach. Nylon's got a much higher abrasion resistance, and when it's rolling around in the sand, it's quite easy to start to wear that or fluff that braid up. So pretty simple rig. Got a star sinker here that's going to allow a running action. That'll pin itself in the bottom, and then I've got a swivel, and then just simply round to a worm hook.
Yeah, I know, we are.
There you go, mate.
Good.
Hey.
Good catch.
Oh, look at that. Raw and wriggling. Fantastic. Beautiful beach worm. Now, there's several different types of beach worms. I'm not sure. What type's this one, Barney? Are they slimy ones?
No,
or are
it's
they...
not a slimy.
It's not a slimy one? So it might be a king worm?
No,
or?
just a shorty, I think they
Just
call
a shorty? I know it's wriggling around and certainly going to work all right for bait, that's for sure. So we'll try and toss one out. Might be a bream in the wash or hopefully a whiting, you never know. We'll slide him on. Always make sure you slide them on in the direction head first because they'll segment up. And look at that. Still wriggling around, ready to go in the surf. Hey boys.
Hey, Guesty, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Catch anything?
Oh, we just got him. Where you been?
Mate, we couldn't catch up. Your tandem's going so fast.
So you got to that's one of the big things, and you got to let your tyres down when you come on the beach. Soft sand. If you don't do that, so what are you about 15 pounds? You reckon you let it down to?
Yeah.
Come on, get your gear out. Let's go and catch some fish, boys. Come on.
Well, I've got this worked out. Barney's catching bait, and I'm catching the fish.
Oh, right in the shallows. There you go, beautiful little sand whiting. Up and down the coast, these whiting are just prolific. It's only a small example of it, but they're such a pretty fish. And when you catch them off the beach, you can see they've got those bright yellow fins. That anal fin there and those little pectoral fins, and they're such a clean looking fish when they come off the sand. Quite often they get in estuaries and they get quite dark around the muzzle, dark around the tail, and they have those sort of darkish features, but this bloke, he's just an absolute prime example of what a whiting should look like. That little whiting's actually swallowed that hook, so the best thing you can do, hooks are cheap, is just trim that off nice and short and pop him back in the water and soon tie another hook on and have another crack. So there we go. Oh, there you go, mate. Off he goes. You can't be on again.
Another one, mate.
The water's warm, isn't it? That's the best. Brushes up over your feet. What do you got this time? Another whiting?
I
Feels a bit different. Oh no, it's a bream. Nice. Woo, look at that. Well done, buddy. Check that out. Wrapped up there a little bit. Beautiful little bream, surf bream. Must be truckloads of them in there, and as we said before, night time is certainly their domain. Oh, here, mate.
The big rod's sitting out there with a slab of squid, and while Barney releases another beautiful bream, finally it screams off.
A bit of bouncing around, Joe. That reel is just smoking up. You never know, it could be a shark, could be a little mulloway just sitting there now. There's so much bait in here during the afternoon. There was mullet everywhere, and that's always a good sign. Oh, a little bit of a pump out there now. The water's warm, the tide's coming in. We're getting close to that tide change, and that's really the Bible when it comes to beach fishing. Wow, there's a big run there. When it comes to beach fishing, that's what we work off. Look at that reel go. It's smoking up there at the moment. We might just head this way. The great thing with the beach, you can always walk along and chase your fish. Oh, big head shaking run. Look, I don't know. Feels like it could be the right type of fish. We'll wait and see.
Come on, you're doing a good job there, boy.
having some fun, mate. Anytime you're down on the beach with your mates, and the thing I like to do is get down here with the kids. You can bring the, if you're allowed to, you can bring the dog. There it goes. You can bring the dog. Have yourself a bit of dinner, and on a night like this, even though I've had a bit of rain, it's still a beautiful night. Wow. I'm going that way.
Wow.
There it is. Oh, it's a shark. I can see the fins. What a great fight. Here he comes, maybe some type of whaler, bronze whaler or something. Can't quite see there at the moment in the dark. Just watch if that sinker comes flying back there, Barney. I thought that's I did say to you, I thought it might have been a big shovelly, Barney.
Oh,
Look at that. Jeez. Put the torch on it there, mate. Look at that. Hey, there, look, it's not a mile away, huh? No. I got to tell you, that was great fun on the beach. Certainly smoked me up, and good test of the tackle there too. Certainly handled it. But wow, they're a ripper-looking fish, aren't they? These big shovelies. Well, there you go, fishing the beach at night. You never know what sort of surprise you're going to get. Just as likely could have been a beautiful big mulloway or a shark, but really good fun. Fantastic fight. At least we got it in to see what it was. Got a lot of bream in these gutters at night time, plenty of whiting too, and of course big critters like this. So get down to your local beach, get a bait out there. You never know what you're going to catch. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah.